excited for us. She's already issued a statement, and we hope to hear from her very, very soon. I think that's going to happen hopefully at our next meeting that Rhonda and Jeff are talking. It's not just the most significant victory, a significant case in the Muscogee Creek Nation's modern history, if not history overall. They also recognize in this case as one of the biggest civil rights wins of the last 45 years. And so I'm here at the conference at the National Bar Association with the Black Lawyers, and everyone is talking about this victory, and everybody's coming to me saying, hey, how can I figure out if I'm a Black Creek? So I tell you, the excitement about this is tremendous. It is overwhelming, and I'm so excited that I could be a part of this. I want you to understand before I talk about what I think the significance of this win is beyond citizenship. I think it's very, very important and that we understand what it took to get here. Obviously, we were disenfranchised in 1979. Everyone knows that. But people started fighting for citizenship that year. I have been in contact, and people that we've worked with, even represented, that I know documented trying to get their citizenship. It started in 1979, 1980. Obviously, Ron Graham, my brother, started in 1983. Continue to be denied. All of you on here probably have been humiliated and denied. And then in 2004, when I graduated law school, I had the opportunity, the privilege, as my very first case out of law school to take the trial was this issue when I represented Ron Graham and Mr. Fred Johnson, who unfortunately is no longer with us. We took that case, we litigated that case for 3 years, from 2004 to 2007. Many of you know that we won our trial court in 2005. And then the Muscogee Creek Nation Supreme Court overturned us in 2007. At that time, we started looking at other strategies, looking at actually legislative strategies, and even looked at and compiled all the information and submitted to be our own tribe. But we also understood that the Cherokee Nation was involved in the litigation with the Cherokee Freedmen. And part of my legal strategy was to sit back and see how that worked out. It took a long time, and as many of you know, in 2017, the case was decided in favor of Cherokee Freedmen. And immediately, I got on the phone with Rhonda and Jeff and Sharon, and we started saying, this is the time to move forward with a new case. And we took a good amount of time pulling together some plaintiffs, finding a legal team, and we filed that new case in 2018, in a district court in D.C. That case was dismissed in 2019 because the court said we had to go back and exhaust our tribal remedies. We did not want to do that. We didn't think we could get a fair trial. We felt like we've already done that, but we were going to follow the court's decision and their instructions, and that's what we did. Rhonda and Jeff refiled for their applications in 2019. We were denied. We filed for the administrative appeal, which was required, and it was terrible, guys. We went in there, and they treated us like we were invisible, but we were just following through the process. We were denied the administrative appeal, and we filed our lawsuit on March 11, 2020. And of course, just 5 days later, the world shut down with COVID. And so everything was on hold. But a good thing happened in 2020 that was really good for us was McGirt was decided, which reaffirmed that the Treaty of 1866 was still in force. We went 2 years trying to get our case moving. We were filing documents. We were trying to get the court to look at our case. We had 2 judges recused from our case. And we even went to the Supreme Court. And they talk about this in their opinion, if you have not read it. We went to the Supreme Court and we asked them, can you just take this case so we can get a decision? And they said no, they denied us. And so we finally got a new judge assigned to our case, Judge Danetta Mauser. Now, for most people, that didn't mean anything. But for me, I knew that Judge Danetta Mauser was on the Supreme Court in 2007 that voted against us. And so I didn't know if we should move forward, but we decided we will keep her on the case because we just want to get through the process and get back to federal court. And as we got on the case with her, she said, I can be fair. And we said, okay, we're going to put our all into it. Originally, we said we're just going to go through the motions. But we said we're going to put our all into it. And we put everything we had. We built our legal team. We spent a lot of time, a lot of money, making sure we had everything we needed. And we took that case to trial. Many of you know this. April 4th and 5th of 2023. And we waited and we got a favorable decision on September 27th, 2023. I was actually in Washington, D.C., and flew back, and we thought it was over with at that point. And we went to the Creek Nation Citizenship office in Jinx, and we tried to enroll. And Chief Hill put out a statement that he was against the ruling, and they was going to vigorously appeal. And that's what they did. They appealed, and they put that ruling on the state. And we thought we were going to get to have that hearing on that state very quickly. But a whole year went by, and we was scheduled to have that hearing last July. But we found out a month before the hearing that the Creek Nation had stacked the court, had put 2 new quote-unquote special justices on the court to rule against us. We had one of those special justices on the court that on video said he was going to rule that Bob Blood should be the carry the day. So we had to challenge that. So that means we had to go through a whole new set of litigation, a whole new set of time, energy, and money to challenge that. And that went on for almost a year. We didn't have our hearing on that issue until February. And during that time period, we were called that we were making a big thing out of nothing, and that we were, what did they say, Jeff? They said we were high on theatrics but low on the truth. That's what they said. That's what they said. We had our hearing, and I forgot, one of the most important of my co-counsel, Jana Knott, a Bass law firm, who did our hearing in February. She did a fantastic job, and we got a decision at the end of April that we have won that decision, and that we had a new court date for our citizenship hearing, which was for June 10th. And so we prepared for that. I thought Jana did such a fantastic job in February, and strategically I thought it was best to, as much as I have been waiting 20 years, guys, and Jeff and Rhonda and my team know this, I've been waiting 20 years to get back in front of the Muscogee Creek Nation Supreme Court and give this argument. But I felt like Jana did such a fantastic job, and strategically I thought it would be better for the issue. Not what maybe best for me, but better for the issue, to have her argue that case, and she did an absolute fantastic job. So proud of the work that she and the rest of the team did. And that was on June 10th, 2003. And I want to tell you, we felt like we were going to win. We felt like we had a great argument, and we felt like it shouldn't take that long. But we didn't know when the decision was going to come. And I just want to share with you that we got that decision. I got a text message. I was in the gym at the Y in Tulsa. And I got that text message. I looked down at my phone. I just screamed. I said, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" And I texted Jana. She said, "We won." I said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yes." I said, I called. I said, "Read it to me." I want to hear the language and make sure. But man, and yes, that's right, Joyce says, but God. And so it was just it's just an amazing deal. But I wanted to give you guys that history. I know you've been in here in this fight with us, but I want you to understand that we have come through a tremendous amount of odds, obstacles, and opposition. We have overcome and we have persevered. We had setbacks, but we kept moving forward because that's what we do as Black people. And that's what we do as Black Creeks. We are the people that survived the Trail of Tears, survived enslavement, survived Jim Crow, survived redlining, and survived our citizenship being taken away. And so I want you to leave this call not only with the information that we're going to give you, but with your head held high, that you have stayed the course, and we can stand strong on the shoulders of our ancestors. Now, what does this mean for us legally? I believe that in addition to our citizenship being restored, we should have all rights and benefits of any other Creek citizen. I believe that this decision allows us to be able to vote in the upcoming elections. I believe we should be in line once you are officially get your card to have any service, program, or benefit of any other Creek citizen, Muscogee Creek Nation citizen. Now, of course, I've already reached out to Chief Hill. I did that last week. If any of you guys saw our interviews, our position is we want to stop the fighting. We want to lay down our arms. We want to get together in unity. I have asked him for a meeting between his leadership and myself, my legal team, and this organization's legal team, Jeff and Rhonda. And so we can discuss what a orderly re-inclusion of us means and how's it done in the best possible manner. I highlighted for Chief Hill that we've seen what the Cherokee Nation with Chief Hoskins and Chief Bill John Baker have done. We feel like that's a good model that we can emulate, and we want to do it so as quick as easy as possible with the least amount of tension, the least amount of division, and the least amount of necessary litigation. I did receive an indication or a response from Chief Hill's attorney that they have received my letter. They thanked me for the letter and said they were going to get back to me. That was last Wednesday. I have not, as of right now, we have not received any additional communication. I will be reaching back out to Chief Hill on Monday, and hopefully we can get that meeting scheduled sooner than later. I think that's going to be best for us as we come into the nation, but I think it's going to be best for the nation as a whole. Secondarily, we have had written communications with the Citizenship Board, and they have in writing stated that they are absolutely accepting our applications, and the applications they're meeting to talk about how they're going to have to alter their processes to make sure that our applications are properly processed. I also understand from the Citizenship Board that you've already submitted your application, particularly within this window since we won our case in 2023. And there's a process, and I know Jeff and Rhonda can talk more about this, but there's a process that you can give them actual authority to move forward without having to resubmit your application. And the last thing I will say, because my time is kind of short and I want to get over to Rhonda and Jeff while I can still be here a little bit, is we are laser-like focused on making sure that our applications are processed expeditiously. We have been waiting for 46 years, almost 46 years, and we don't want to have a situation where we're going to be waiting even longer than what's normal and what anyone else has to wait. If you have the application filled out correctly, and you have the proper documents, we expect those applications to be processed quickly. Now, to be fair, the Creek Nation, like any other governments do not move fast, and I understand that. And so it may take them some time to staff up and bring in additional resources. And those are the things that I want to let you know, and those are the things that we want to talk to the chief about. We want to be reasonable in how we move this forward, but we want to make sure, as the court case in Brown versus Boyd, with all deliberate speed, and not to be unfairly, unnecessarily, unreasonably doing something that's going to delay us moving forward. So with that, I think that's all of what I wanted to say. I know people have questions. We ask that you provide your questions in the chat. If I don't get a chance to get to those tonight, which I probably won't because I'll probably be off the call, we will definitely be able to follow back up with you. But I just want to thank you so much for entrusting in me this tremendous privilege of being lead counsel in this case. And the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney DeMario, for grounding us in the legal side of this historic moment. But what's happening is not just about the courtrooms. Of course, we all know it's about community and the people who've carried this truth for decades, never stopping and pushing. First, we'll hear from Rhonda Grayson, again, co-president of the Muscogee Creek Indian Freedmen Band, plaintiff in this case, and one of the most passionate, consistent voices for Black Creek identity and belonging. Rhonda, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. As she said, I am Rhonda Grayson, president of the Muscogee Creek Indian Freedmen Band. This is a great day. We are so delighted that you're here with us today. We first of all want to thank our attorneys, DeMario Solomon Simmons and Jana Knox, for the work that they have done to help restore our dignity and help to reclaim our birthright back into the nation of our birth. You know, we often say, we pray the ancestors are proud. I don't think we have to wonder about that today or any other day, whether our ancestors are proud. I think that we can say with the affirmative that our ancestors truly, truly are proud today that we can take our rightful place back into the nation of our birth. So this is a great day for me. I'm so excited, so excited. When I received the news, I was in South Carolina. Demario Solomon has texted me, and I was in a group of people, and I yelled, and they looked around and they said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes, I'm okay." But my task today is to talk to you a little bit about membership, and so I won't be very long. I'll turn it over to Jeff Kennedy. But you may ask, why is there a need for membership within the organization today, now that our citizenship has been affirmed back into the nation? One reason is because there's strength in numbers. Instead of one person, if we have a whole group of people advocating together, working together in unity. And I just believe that we need our group to stand intact and be a voice for the people. Membership is $50. It's an annual due of $50. And so those fees are used to offset any expenses that we have. We often have genealogy workshops and various different programs that we do not charge a fee for. And so just through our collective efforts going forward, membership with the Muscogee Creek Indian Freedmen Band, we think is just vital. And so you can download a membership application on our website, which is at www.1866creekfreedmen.com. There's information there. And also feel free, if you perhaps you say, well, I don't have $50 to donate, well, just donate whatever you can to help us out in this journey. And so I think that's all for me. I'm going to turn you over to Jeff Kennedy.
I guess I gotta be fired up. Why do I always have to follow you, Ron? But anyway, I want to just give it up to Demario and the team. Jen and I knocked it out of the park. Real quick, I just want to give homage to my ancestors, which is the Graysons, Hawkins, Carolinas. And these are all Creek Freedmen, and partially by blood. And I really wanted to be thanking the MCIFB for staying with us through all these years. You never wavered. But my portion is quickly give you a quick overview of the enrollment for the Muscogee Creek Nation. This document is about 16 pages. Don't be intimidated by it. We can get you through it. But anyway, yeah, that document is going to be dated actually 4/4/2019. So that is probably the most current. If you can find a more current one, pull it down at www.muscogenation.com. And so, okay, we got that. Yeah, I got my little cheat sheet. Okay, so again, there's 16 pages. And what we wanted to tell you to do is just only fill out the information that's pertaining to you. So don't feel overzealous and fill out a pedigree chart and list 16 ancestors when we only needed to do about 4, just to get you to your parents, your grandparents, and then your great-grandparents, which should link you back to the final rolls, the Creek rolls or the Blood rolls, dated 1906. So if you're really one of those descendants of 6,839 freedmen, you got a good chance that you qualify to be eligible for this enrollment. And of course, it would really help us when we do help you is that you've already done your research, so we can just take you through that application. This whole process will go a lot faster. We want you to know that also that the documents that you submit, they have to be original documents. Not Xerox copies, but certified copies of live birth certificates, live or better yet, death certificates. You can have court documents for paternal and maternal, meaning who's the father. They will certify that document with the use of DNA. I found that out at the intertribal conference to prove that maternal information. Again, we want minimal information for the pedigree chart. If you don't know what that is, when you attend our meeting, we'll will introduce you to that, because they're not like really the smartest people in the world, but we just want to keep it simple. We also want you to know that there's 4 things that just, you got to nail it. We can get you through on the first trip so that you don't have to go through that dance. And that dance is send more information, send more information, send more information. Keep in mind that, hey, your signature has to stay in the box on the first page. Use blue or black ink. Now, all this stuff is in this packet, but not everybody wants to read it. Next part, you get a passport wallet photo. It's a little 2x2 wallet photo that goes in your packet. The last guy that called me 2 days ago said it was going to take 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm asking him, well, why is it going to take you 4 to 6 weeks? I said, are you going on a trip? He said, no, that's what you told me to get. I said, no, a passport wallet photo. And then we'll attach that to the corner. Next thing, you'll provide color copies of your driver's license, front and back, and then have it notarized. Color copy, front and back of your social security card. Have it notarized. And there are places that where you're going to have just take your whole document in there, that whole 16-page, which you don't fill out the whole thing because it's not all pertaining to you. Pull out the necessary documents that pertains to you. So if you're a male, you don't have to fill out the maternal document. And of course, if you're a woman, you don't have to fill out the male document. So you just throw that out. Okay, because they're going to need to, the notary is going to have to witness the signing. There's about 3 or 4 places you're going to have notarized. So just take that whole document in there and make sure all your information is current. Before you walk in, and make sure you have those things or you'll get kicked out. For you military people, DD-214s, bring them. I'm not going to cover a lot more. I'm just going to finish this up. Last thing I wanted to tell you for the most part is that send it in certified. So they'll make sure that they got your documents. If you don't want to take the photo, the wallet photo in, if you walk it in, they will take your photo. But I would advise you to go ahead and do what I'm telling you so you can avoid all those thousands of freedmen that are trying to get their citizenship. I wanted to say, for those that already submitted your documents and were denied, there is an applicant's contact information update form that they have provided. And it's dated 10/12/2023. And so that'll actually help initialize your document that you already submitted in. And if you wanted to, you could write it at the bottom, per the Supreme Court case, go ahead and process my membership. And I guess with that said, Rhonda she'll tell you about the future events. So I guess it's back to you, Rhonda, Madam President. Thank you.
Outstanding job, Jeff. Thank you so much. Outstanding. Yes. Okay, so guys, very quickly, we have a few events planned here to help you along this journey of filling out your application and preparing to enter back into the nation. So starting out on August the 2nd, from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m., 11 o'clock to 2 p.m., the address is 8625 South Walker Avenue, 73139. We will have a special exhibit, and that is, again, from 11 to 2 o'clock p.m. It's Freedmen Faces. So you can come out and enjoy this special exhibit, as well as seek help with your genealogy. Jeff Kennedy will be there, as well as Ron Graham. They will be on site, eager to help you guys. So bring a copy, download a copy of the application, any documents and things that you have, and they can actually help assist you to put together your application at that time. So now the next event that we will have will be on August the 5th, Tuesday. August the 5th, we will be at Garden Oaks Community Center, right in the heart of Northeast Oklahoma City. It is at 3406 Northeast 16th Street, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73117. And that is a great community. It's a community where many Creek Freedmen later built their lives, including yours truly. I grew up right on 16th and Everett's Edition. And so we will have Ron there, Jeff Kennedy, and a few other genealogists that will be on site to help you put together your application, answer any questions that you may have. And as you can see, Jeff is eager and ready to go. So that will be again on August 5th, Tuesday. That's your second opportunity. The next opportunity will be August the 16th, and that will be via Zoom at 6 o'clock p.m. Now, we're excited about this event because it's going to give all of our members and non-members of opportunity who live outside the state of Oklahoma that cannot attend these local meetings. And then again, we'll have some other individuals in the Muscogee area and the Taft area that will be setting up some meetings. Most likely it will be at the Muscogee Library. So stay tuned for those dates. We'll be posting those on our Facebook page. The other thing that we have that's very important, we have received a grant through the Oklahoma History Center to create a documentary. We have contacted a young man who lives in California. He does have documentary experience. He's an award-winning documentarian. And so he is going to be helping us with this documentary. We're looking for as many people as possible to sign up. We want to be able to tell your stories, kind of like the 1937 Writers Project. We want to be able to document this history and tell the story. We want to tell this story like no other story in history. So we have a lot of exciting things planned for you. So reach out to us. We have received inquiries from folks in the Bahamas and in Mexico who will be participating in this film. So we're so excited. So join us, sign up for membership, and that's all I have.
Thank you.
Great. Oh, go ahead, Shanae.
Oh, go ahead, Attorney DeMario. I know you may have to bow out in a second.
Yes, I just want to again, just great job by Rhonda and Jeff with that information. I encourage everyone, just what Jeff said, when you send your application, do a certification of it. Make sure you retain a copy of everything that you sent in. And I think we want to set up some type of scenario where we would know when you send it in so we can help figure out how we best track that. We don't know what that looks like yet. So that's number one. The second thing, I see a lot of questions about birth certificates and how you get that. You know, Oklahoma Vital Statistics. You can go online, you can order those different things. But we're also going to be working with our legal team to see what type of legal resources we may be able to provide through Justice for Greenwood if you're having some problems with that. I had a call just yesterday from a woman whose older sister was actually born at home. And so her birth certificate is some issues with her birth certificate, and you know that costs a little bit of money. So those are things that we're trying to figure out how we can get our legal team to help out in that aspect. I don't want you to feel discouraged. This will happen. So just know we are putting together all our resources to make sure this goes as smooth as possible. But make sure you do that certified letter. Keep you a copy of that. Mark that down. Let us know what date, and then we're going to continue to get you more information and more resources. And as Rhonda stated, that's why this organization is so important. It's not just important to get this citizenship, but it's important that we protect our rights, because we had citizenship before and they were able to, disregard our rights. But I think this time, if we stay united and we stay in good communication, that will never happen to us again.
Can I say something? This is Archie Johnson from Los Angeles. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Archie.
Okay.
You put yourself on mute, Archie.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm in the Los Angeles area, and the reason why I'm asking this question, I sent in another application concerning my email and my address, but the lady named Rebecca, she said she had everything on file. She told me that at the Creek Nation and everything. And I remember we had the meeting in Los Angeles 2017. You know, I don't know. I'm kind of not saying I'm confused. I want to make sure that I don't have to complete anything over again. But I did give her. I mean, I did mail a change of my email and my phone number to them 3 days back. That's what I just did. But she told me everything. Rebecca told me everything should be in order within that 2 years, 3 years back. So I hope so. Everything is in order, you know, and everything.
Yeah,
Sounds like
I
you're in
unless there
good
was an
shape,
update.
Jeff.
I'm sorry. I was just saying, unless there was an update, that's why that new document is pretty good, so that they know where you are. If you
Okay.
are not married, you have a change in your name, address, or any of that, you need to submit that document that is it's an applicant's contact information update form. But before I'll let you before Rhonda you jump on, I want to say to all my people in California, please make sure that your documents, your legal documents, are from Sacramento,
Right.
not from the counties. Okay, I'm just letting you know they'll kick it back and they'll start taking you through the dance. All right, go ahead, Ron.
And one more thing, and then
Come on, Archie.
even though I have the number like 7512, I'm under Peter Hawkins, my great grandfather. You know.
That's your EMCIFB number, so that's not relevant in this. We're going to a total new nation, so thank you for that. Yeah,
Okay,
do not share your MCIFB documents to the nation. But we know that a lot of those are going through clean.
Okay.
But anyway, Rhonda, I think it's you.
No, you answered it, Jeff. That's good.
Okay.
So, do we have time to answer a few more questions today, Rhonda, Jeff?
I'm still here. Archie, mute your.
I got them.
Mute your line. Thank you.
Great. Thank
I'm
you.
here, so if you got questions. I see one that says Social Security Citizenship ID, and I was going to say, yes, you need to submit your Social Security card, front and back. And I think there's also a place on that application. So whoever Vanessa Burton is, yeah. Go ahead, Sade. I'm listening.
No worries. Thank you. Will Creek Nation do an amendment? Oh, no, we answered that question already in the chat. Any tips? You've provided those tips, I'm sorry. And how do we donate? Please go to 1866creekfreedmen.com. You can find out more information, of course, about membership if you are not already a member of the band, also citizenship and upcoming events as well. We'll make sure we drop that information in the chat. Yes, a recording of the Zoom will be sent for purposes. I see Brandy Lewin has her hand up, so I'll just unmute you so that you could ask your question.
He's not in here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
First of all, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am a descendant of the Dean family, and I know firsthand that I had family that fought for this and side by side left documents for this who have since passed on. So to have this victory is so huge. So thank you, council, for stepping up. Thank you for the membership that's in line, and thank you for helping us. My question is simply, I want to be sure I keep hearing that we can't go to the county, we need to go to Sacramento. I just want to be clear on that birth certificate. Are you just speaking of the longer version of the birth certificate from Sacramento? And does it need to be an original? Meaning, do I need to get one just for the application that's original versus giving mine? Does my question make sense?
I got it. Yes. Most people that live throughout the state of California, most of the documents are coming back and they're telling them it needs to come from Sacramento. And there's other states in the union that they want those to come from. They don't want to come from, your hospital birth certificate. That's no bueno. That's no good. So yeah, if you could just do that and get that document from there and send that, that's cool.
Okay. And then one last question.
It's not gonna work.
Okay. And then if we have any questions during the application, can we send an email somewhere or call somebody?
Yeah, you're gonna do that. We're also gonna do another one on the 16th. So, yeah, just get it started, and you can send it to the chat, and they'll get it to us.
To the chat? I mean, like,
or afterwards, you can either
Send it to our email.
www.1866creek. Rhonda, go ahead.
MCIFB@1866creekfreedmen.com.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good one.
Hey.
All right, Shanice Carlson is asking, can I submit my son's application with mine?
Oh, repeat that. I thought Rhonda was grabbing that. Go ahead.
No worries. Shanice is wondering, can I submit my son's application with mine?
To the nation or our organization. Actually, you can do them both. Just make sure that you got the original document.
Okay.
And then under hers, under the son's, he'll just put, how old is your son? Is he of legal age? Because if he's
No, he's not
you're
licensed.
gonna have to send it from a parental standpoint. So there's papers in the application where you can sign for him.
Okay.
Those are mine, right? And I would send it as a package.
Okay, thank you.
LaShawn Hicks is wondering, how do you get original death other than your mom? We'll make sure we pass along those links that Attorney DeMario shared for the vital records and other places where you can secure those as well.
In Oklahoma, you can go to, oh my God, I just lost that thought. What is it? OKC to Explore is in Oklahoma City. That's where we get a lot of those documents. They'll let you know whether she or he has a document on file. OKC to Explore. And of course, Texas documents are free, and a lot of other states are free. But for Oklahoma, if they died in Oklahoma, then you would go to OKC2, the number 2, Explore. Oh, OK2 Explore, not C. It's OK2 Explore. See, I got excited about that. One second.
Hi, Mr. Milton. You can go ahead and ask your question. Mr. King. Oh, yep. There you go.
Yes, hey, thank you guys. Number one for displaying your due diligence throughout the decades to help us gain access to these records and our family history. My mom tried to do this years ago. She's deceased now. She tried to do this in 1975, and they denied her. Of course, back then they was denying everybody. Anyway, I'm in Florida, and she was passing down information to me and my siblings that we are Cherokee and Blackfoot. So I've been diligently trying to do this research on my own, and of course running into roadblocks as well. I just need to know if there's anybody here in Florida that would be able to help me go through this proceeding so I can do this for me, my siblings that still alive, and my grandkids and great-great-grandkids.
So, Mr. Milton, I can actually say, if your people, we are of the 5 civilized tribes. So if you're on the final rolls here, your ancestors came across the Trail of Tears and made it into Oklahoma. This is who we are all about. So I was going to say, yeah, Blackfoots were in your area, but it seems like they probably morphed into the Cherokees or Eastern Band Cherokees. So check your 1900 census and you can find out where they were. That's going to work for you.
Thank you. All right, Rucker.
Oh, Mr. Ruckus here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for taking my question. As you know, I've just recently, over the past few months, enrolled in the MCIFB. And I'm wondering, do I need to resubmit an application? Both I and several members of my family have just enrolled and been accepted into that. So if I need to do more, that's what I need to know.
Yes. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, that's you.
No, I was just going to say yes. If you're planning to submit your application to the Muscogee Creek Nation for citizenship, in addition to your enrollment with the Creek Freedmen Band, you need to submit your application. And so we will be going over that information in detail on the 16th. I did speak with your niece, Renee, yesterday, Renee Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Actually, that's my sister.
Oh, she's your sister. Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mr. Rucker, like I was telling you, I guess at the time of enrollment in your Muscogee Creek Indian Freedmen Band, that the beauty of that, it was a precursor to the enrollment into the Muscogee Creek Nation. But you wouldn't send copies of those documents, you would send the original document. So the way you filled it out for us is the same way you'll be filling it out for them. But only there's additional information, which is what the application is going to require. And that's what we're going to do on the 16th. So you're already there. You already got your documents. There's just the 4 things that you would need to do. And that would be, of course, signing in that box, the front and back of your driver's license and of your social security card, and have that notarized. And of course, when you finish it up, and you'll send it certified so that they can get your documents. They can receive your documents and you'll know it, and then they will send them back certified.
Great.
You got a good start. All the MCIF people should have a denial letter, so we should be moving forward.
Okay, so I only have originals of some of those documents. I've downloaded some of them, and some of them have come through the mail. That's what I use to enroll in the MCIFB. You want the originals of those documents, or do you want copies of those documents? Like my grandmother's death certificate, I don't have her birth certificate. So
you don't need. You want if they're deceased. If they're
Yes.
deceased, only the death certificate, the final document.
great, then.
Okay? And then of course her daddy or her mother would be the final document, and whoever's after that, possibly, they're going to be listed on that document as a parent, and they'll link those to the person on the roll number.
Yes, they are. They show up on her death certificate. Thank you so much for taking my question.
And they need to be the original documents with the seal when you submit them to the Muscogee Creek Muscogee Creek Nation.
Okay,
Yes.
well, I'll have to get the originals then.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Some of them.
Like your nephew, Hotep has got.
Yeah, Hotep has got some of them. Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying if you send it as an original package, which would be cool is that they'll give you your citizenship with the roll numbers in sequence. So that's kind of cool. So when they look in the future, they'll see y'all when y'all registered at the same time.
Okay, so I can have my daughter and everyone, my other sister, send it all as one package.
That'd be great, unless you got a slacker in the family and holding it up, just send it up.
Nah, the slackers won't even bother to try.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much. You guys have been more than helpful.
Jeff, Rhonda, I'd like to answer another question. I'm so sorry. I would like to know.
1 second, Mr. Archie. I'm sorry. Can you drop it in the chat? We have a few people in the queue.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much for being patient with us. Angela Burnett, I'll unmute you now.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you to all of you. I did submit an application for our family and was declined, but I was submitting from the full bloodline. If I have the Creek Freedmen numbers of my grandparents, then do I submit an updated application with those Creek Freedmen numbers? You know, it's the 4-digit number and it has an F with it.
Right. Well, I don't know if you how easy it will be to sub it out, because you know those people are no different than state workers. Oh, no offense to state workers. I'm just saying, keeping it simple. So if you got a nice fluid flow, meaning from whoever was last to the Freedmen, same
Right.
documents possibly, then I would just submit it like that. Other than that, it's additional information, but you're just going completely left.
Okay, so those Creek Freedmen roll numbers don't apply. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, they will apply, yes.
Okay.
But make sure that your documents connect to them.
Yes, it's my grandmother and grandfather. So, I got you. I think I know what I
You
mean.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I got
So
you.
just keep
Okay.
a nice clean
Yeah, it's clean, and I only submitted the direct lineage, no extra people.
Extra people.
Right.
You don't want
And I
you to
did
go
have
through
the original death certificate. They copied everything, sent it back, and then sent the decline. But since this ruling, I think we should be okay.
I think you should be.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they'll
Thank
throw
you.
one of them out. They'll say this one applies and the other one does not apply because they're not trying to double. You can't double dip or whatever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, I'm gonna open up the line to LaShawn Smith. I hope I didn't mispronounce that.
It's okay. Good evening. It's LaShawn Smith. I just have a couple of questions. The first one is, can you tell me the time of the August 5th meeting?
Yes, it will be at 5:00 p.m. And that's an in-person meeting.
Yes. I live in Oklahoma, so that's perfect.
Great. Look
Um,
forward to meeting you guys.
yes, look forward to meeting you too. We'll be there for August 2nd and probably the 5th as well, just to make sure we understand everything. My other question is, I'm an adult, can I submit my application with my mom's application? Or do we have to submit them separately for citizenship?
Send it as a package. Put
Okay.
your mom in and connect her to whoever and then you connect to her.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Make hers original and then you would add your information, separate application, but all in the same packet, and say see mom's or whatever, see your mother, and they'll see it. Nice,
Okay.
clean.
Got it. And then my last question is just so I'm sure, which I think I am, if our descendants have been deceased, we only need death certificates for them, not birth certificates, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you.
We have one quick question from Catrice Calvert. This came in earlier. Can we send in a color copy of our social security card? I was told you had to send in the original card.
No, that's not correct. I don't know who told you that, but no, you send in a color copy, front and back sides of it, and have it notarized because they want to know that it's you that's there. And you can do it all on the same sheet. The front and back of the driver's license and the front and back of the social security card, and then have that notarized that was you and that's you. You know what I'm saying? It just says that you are in person here at my office. So.
All right, thank you. And then we have about 9 more minutes for questions. Of course, please continue to drop them in the chat, but we will follow up with all answers and responses to your questions in email. As long as you have registered to this event, we have your information. So thank you so much. Now on to Carmen.
Good evening. Thank you for taking my question. And I want to just thank you so much to Demario Solomon. I am a 1997 graduate of Booker T. Washington, so I was there the same time he was. So to have a Booker T. Washington Hornet bring this home for us, it just makes me so excited. So I can't thank him enough for what he's done and what the legal team has done. I think the question has been answered, but I want to be for sure. So if our ancestor that is on the roll, if they only have a death certificate, that is acceptable?
Yeah, you may not need a death certificate on the roll. You just have to connect. So if his name is on the last document that you have that connects you to the one that's on the Dawes roll, you're good to go.
Okay, just wanted to be sure because I know with our ancestor on the roll, there was no birth certificate. That he was born before the state was a state. Okay, so that's acceptable. I just wanted to be sure with that part.
certificate is definitely acceptable. Yes.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
he would have a death certificate. Anyway,
Okay.
but I'm just saying,
Okay. And then for the descendants after the member that's on the roll, are death certificates also acceptable for them, or do we need both for the descendants of the person that's on the roll?
No, you just need death certificates. The only live, if mom is still alive, then she would have a live birth certificate. But if she is deceased, then everybody above you will have a death certificate.
Okay. Thank you so much for clarifying that.
And let me say this for all of those that were born in the 60s and before, if you've got one of those birth certificates that has the black, I would actually go and get another birth certificate because that's an old document. And sometimes it may not come back like you sent it. So do yourself a service to go and get you a copy of your birth certificate under the new format.
Alrighty, up next is LaShawn Hicks.
Thank you so much. I've been waiting to see if all my questions have been answered, and then I got an extra one after I didn't hear the answer. DNA. I was adopted. I never met anybody. I don't know anybody. So how do I prove with the DNA?
You can't prove it with DNA. It has to be someone who is listed on the final dolls roll.
Okay.
So you have to tie yourself to an ancestor who was on the final dolls rolls. That's the only way.
Okay. So I heard something about DNA earlier.
Yeah, what you heard was that there are people that are applying today that who left their husband or the father of their kid off of their birth certificate, like a lot of those guys that were born in the 80s or whatever. They started having kids and they were leaving the guy off the birth certificate. Now you can go in and have a paternity test so that they can give him a document to allow the child to be enrolled for citizenship. I heard that during the intertribal. They said they're using DNA, so they go in and take a paternity test and prove that the kid is his, and then they'll allow that kid the benefits and everything.
Okay, and what's a passport photo wallet? I've never traveled anywhere.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a 2x2 colored photo that you can get at Walgreens or one of those places that take photos. Or you can walk in and with your application, and they can take a photo while they're there.
Okay, and then for the death certificate, you said OK2 Explorer with the R or just Explorer?
Yeah, that's with an R. R Explorer.
And you said something about Sacramento documents for California, but I was born in Hawaii.
Well, whatever the main, what is Honolulu? What's the capital?
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Okay, well then it would probably come from there.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I live in San Diego, California. I don't want to take up too much. Great job. Thank you so much. And I'm related to some of y'all. I don't know which ones yet.
Okay.
All right, Brittany Harris.
Brittany.
Hello? Hi y'all. I got two quick questions. My first question is, you got me a little nervous. You said people were sending in applications from out of state and having troubles.
Not really. They're with the MCIFB. We go through that stuff.
I heard California.
Well, the kicker is California is that there's a lot of them that live in California. They were trying to submit, and we got word in Oklahoma that it has to come from Sacramento. So we got that taken care of. So all those, instead of the counties, those county birth certificates or death certificates, they're not accepting them. They're accepting only the ones from Sacramento.
Yes, sir. My second question was, I have the application. I think I've got just about all of it. Only thing are these two parental affidavits.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
first 2 pages. Do I not need them if I'm sending this in by mail?
Do you have a minor?
No, sir.
That's only for a minor. If you're a minor, if you have a minor, then you just send in you are the parent or the father of that child. If you're the mother of that child, then you'll send in the maternal. Other than that, it does not apply to you.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Oh, but there is a no dual enrollment. Just make sure that you fill that out, that you're not enrolled in any other tribe. But we'll go through that on the 16th.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you.
And then last question from from Tony McGee.
Tony, California people.
Hello. So it's today's Sunday, and I want to ask 2 questions because I'm a California resident and I've been doing this for 20-something years. The California residents, the way you know it's a long form birth certificate, there's a number on the top left and a number on the top right, and that's when you know you have your long form birth certificate. That keeps coming up, so I wanted to address that. My questions are: my grandmother. My first question is 2. My grandmother, she passed away when she started working on this in the 90s, but I have her letter of denial. Can I send hers in, even though she's deceased, with her letter of denial, to just at least make sure she's notified? I mean, she's identified as a resident, get a number or something, or that her decease disqualify her from being recognized? She's a Grayson.
Oh, okay. Well, I know kinfolk. But anyway, I would say it doesn't matter. You'll have your own number. She won't, because I guess she was denied or she was kicked out of the tribe. If she's got a number and she was in the tribe, then you can connect to that number.
She wasn't in the tribe.
Well,
She didn't get.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is just a straight to you. Yeah, that's not necessary. Just keep it simple.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to recognize she started. She wanted it, and I wanted her to have it. Okay. My second question is: I've been hearing that. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say she'll be listed in the lineage.
Okay. Okay. So, my second question is this: I heard somewhere that there was the Muscogee Nation did an interview in a newspaper, said that they were going to go to the Supreme Court and ask for a reconsideration of their decision. Is that at all possible, or is that just conversation or rumor?
We'll make sure Attorney DeMario follows up with the response on that. He had to step away from the call, but thank you so much. I've noted that question.
Okay, thank you. Nice to see you.
All right. Thank you again to our speakers and everyone who joined us tonight. We'll make sure to send a follow-up email with the resources that were mentioned tonight, the next steps, the upcoming events, and we'll make sure again to make that you have the links to, of course, register for the August 16th event. I saw a question in the chat asking, can we get a list of to-dos? And that's definitely what you'll have between now and the 16th to get yourself ready for this next step in your journey. So please check your email regularly. Please spread the word for those that were not able to join the call tonight. It's really important that we continue to connect with our people and let them know what's going on. So looking forward to the next time that we meet again, and everyone stay safe.
God bless everybody.
You too, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Recording stopped.
Tony Johnson.
Thank you.
Please, I'd like to